Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Flux and Sports Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts, Brennan Ribbon54, Bobby Wagner of the Seattle Seahawks. Today, we have an amazing video for you today. We are previewing the Seahawks Week 11 matchup versus the Los Angeles Rams. This game is in Los Angeles, so it is a 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Eastern game. Should be great. Both of these teams coming in as some of the hottest teams in the NFL, battling for the division and for the conference, so it should be an amazing matchup with just two really good football teams. So really looking forward to that. Let's just get right into it with the injury report, not wasting time. On the injury report for the Seahawks is two names listed as out, and that's Torrey Horton and Jalen Sundell. Torrey Horton was listed out last week with that shin injury. Same thing this week. And then Jalen Sundell obviously went out midway through the Cardinals game last week. Is not expected to be back until later in the season, so he's out for this game as well. Everybody else is a full go, no injury designations. So Ernest Jones is good, AJ Barner's good, Jake Bobo's good, Kobe Bryant's good, Cooper Kupp, Josh Jobe, JSN, Cody White, Leonard Williams, and Gray Zabel were all on the injury report. They're all good to go. No designations, probably no setbacks. So really positive there. Some of those names were concerning at the time. Now they are not. So obviously this team is starting to get to full strength. They are missing Julian Love still, but we've seen what they've been able to do without him. With this team continuously getting healthier throughout the season, I think we're going to see them play better. I mean, obviously, but I'm happy they're starting to get at least towards health, especially on that defense, who's been phenomenal all year. Getting Julian Love back would just be the pinnacle. On the Rams side, much shorter injury list, but all the same, the only two on there is Davante Adams as questionable and Kobe Turner as questionable. It seems like Davante Adams is planning to play from everything we've heard from Sean McVay. That's not really a surprise. Davante is Davante. Kobe Turner, I have less information about. What I can tell you is he did not participate in 2 practices and then was limited in the last. I would lean him not playing. So that's a big piece on that defensive line. Everybody else, I'm not sure. Tyler Higbee and Alert Jackson were resting the whole week and then did not practice on Friday. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. They are not with any designation, so I assume they're going to play. And then Jordan Whittington, Darius Williams, and Byron Young are all playing. So are all also not with any game status. So they should all play. So much shorter injury list, and nothing major other than Davante Adams for the Rams. So with the injuries report done, let's just talk about this. I think this is going to be a very good football game. These are two very, very good teams, both with lots on the line in this game, truthfully. You have a lot of storylines. You have a lot of reasons to win this football game. For Seattle, there's a lot of revenge games. You have Cooper Kupp. You have Ernest Jones. You even have Sam Darnold. And no, Sam Darnold didn't spend any time with the Rams. But the Rams ended his season last year. And were the reason he lost in the playoffs and the reason he did not sign with Minnesota. So I think there is a revenge aspect there for Sam Darnold. And the other two are obvious. We're both let go from the Rams. Have a little bit extra there. Really looking forward to that for Cooper Kupp. I think just based on what we've heard in the media from him this week, it seems like it's just every game, but it's not. It isn't. Should be excited for him to go back to LA, play against his former team. Hopefully he has a really good game. The keys for Seattle to win this game are very simple. They need to limit the turnovers because they've been sloppy with the football. You cannot have games like you did against the Texans or the Cardinals where you're giving Matthew Stafford more possession, more opportunities. Because Matthew Stafford is a very good quarterback. He's playing at an MVP level. You cannot let him take advantage of your mistakes. So limit turnovers, limit giving the Rams extra opportunities. That is a very important thing. Just limit the amount of opportunities the Rams get in this football game. That means limit turnovers and run the damn ball. Establish the run game. I know it's tough. This is a very good defensive line and a very good defense. We saw what they were able to do last week against the Cardinals, getting the run game going. I would like to see that continue against the Rams. I would just like to see good enough to where you can keep the ball from Matthew Stafford. That doesn't mean take the ball out of Darnold's hands. It just means keep it out of Stafford's. Another one, just this defense has to get to Stafford. When Stafford is under pressure, he makes some mistakes. The issue is when you blitz him, when you bring more than 4, he dices you up because he knows where to go with the football. This defense and defensive line has to get pressure only bringing 4. Now they are one of the best in the league. I think they are the best in the league at getting pressure when only bringing 4, but you still have to do it against this very talented Rams offense. That is to me the biggest key in this game. You have to get to Stafford and get to him only bringing 4. This team will dice you up when you bring more than 4. This is a very intelligent offense. There are answers to everything. If you bring a blitz, Stafford has an answer for it. You can't blitz. I shouldn't say you can't blitz, but you have to limit the amount of times you blitz, and you can't rely on a blitz to get pressure. So I think that is going to be very important. Now, beyond that, Stafford is playing at MVP level, and it's terrifying to play against a quarterback of that caliber. The Seahawks have to take advantage of his mistakes. He doesn't make them often, and he's not a mistake-prone quarterback, but if he makes a mistake, you have to take advantage of it. I want to say Stafford leads the league in dropped interceptions. Seattle cannot have dropped interceptions if they want to win this football game. They just can't. So I'll be really looking to that. This defense, Seattle needs to step up. Needs to have a really good game. With everyone healthy except Julian Love, I think this could be a great game. Now, I will say, the Rams offense likes to switch its personnel. They are very much like Seattle in that, or Seattle's very much like them, however you want to put it. They were technically doing it first. But they go into 13 personnel a lot. I'm not sure Seattle's built to stop 13 personnel right now. I'm just not sure. So I'll be looking at Nick Worry to be able to do that. Ernest Jones, Drake Thomas, some of the linebackers to be able to help with those 3 tight ends on the field. I'm excited though. Like, to me, this game is going to be an absolute chess match. It's going to be Sean McVay's offense, Mike McDonald's defense, and just a chess match all the way. Like, if Sean McVay brings out 13 personnel, what does McDonald respond with, and then how does that change throughout the game? I think this game is going to be one of the greatest chess matches in terms of head coaching we're going to see this season. It should be awesome to watch. That is something to look forward to. If you weren't thinking about watching this game, if you're not sure, if you're a Seahawk fan and you're nervous and you don't really want to watch it. Because the coaching that could happen in this game could be so great and so amazing. Just watch it. That is what I'm looking forward to personally, but I'm also nervous. I also don't think Seattle's going to win. But I'm excited because I want to see this team compete with one of the best. And I want to see this team go out there and hang with this team. And if they can do that, that's enough. It's fine. I'm excited, but yeah, like, this game might be important, but the Seahawks played them again. These two teams have to go back to Seattle at some point and play. I think they play in week 15 in Seattle. If Seattle loses this game, it's not the end of the world. The sky isn't falling. The Rams have to travel to Seattle and play Seattle in Seattle. I think we'll be fine. If the Seahawks win this game, like, great. This was a huge test. But you still have to play them again. There are going to be adjustments. There are going to be changes from game to game. Like, yeah, I want Seattle to win this game. I want Seattle to prove to everybody in the league that they are legit, that they are a contender. But just don't get blown out, and it'll be good enough. Keep it close. Make it respectable. And you will prove in all I need. Especially when you consider they play again in a couple weeks. This game might be important. But it's not the end-all be-all. And I want like fans to make sure they know that. Because I think we're going to see a lot of overreactions this week. One way or another. Whether the Seahawks win, whether the Seahawks lose. There are going to be a lot of overreactions. Let's minimize that and keep a level head, knowing these two teams play again. And knowing that if Seattle loses, it doesn't ruin their chances at the division. It doesn't ruin their chances at the conference. Yeah, it makes it a little harder, but it doesn't ruin it. So keep that in mind. Win or lose, temper reactions. Should be a great game. All you want to see right now from Seattle is they go out there, play their kind of football, and just play good, complimentary football. If it doesn't lead to a win, that's fine. Again, my prediction, I don't think Seattle's going to win this game. I think it's going to be Rams 27, Seattle 24. I think Seattle has been whooping teams the past couple of weeks. But I think once we get into close games with lots on the line, I'm not necessarily saying Seattle is a bad team like that, but I think that favors the Rams. I think the Rams have been there. They've done that. They have the quarterback that's been there and done that. It just favors the Rams. So I'm really like, sure. If it's a close game, I think it favors the Rams. I don't think Seattle's going to be able to get out to a 28-point lead in a quarter and a half. I don't think that's going to happen. I could be wrong. And if that happens, great. That is awesome. But part of me wants to see this team play a close, hard-fought game because that's what you're going to see down the stretch. You're not going to see the blowouts down the stretch. You're going to see hard-fought. Every inch, every yard is a battle. And I kind of want this game to be that for the Seahawks. So, as I said, my prediction is 27-24 Rams. It's not the end of the world. The Seahawks lose. And I would expect whatever they lose, whatever happens, they learn from this loss. If it happens, they learn from it. They prep like hell for the next time they play the Rams. And then you just got to turn the page. On to the next game, on to the next, on to the next. I'm really excited for this game because it's going to be a battle. And there's nothing better. So, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you all for joining. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. If you're a Seahawk fan, let me know what you think. Are you nervous? Are you excited? What's your prediction for this game? I would love to hear it. Obviously, let me know if you think I'm wrong. Let me know if you think the Seahawks are just going to dominate this game. I would love to hear it. With all that being said, Flock's Nest Sports Podcast. I've been Brendan. Peace.